All right, check this out, man. Here's my take on, what I think when you give yourself too much slack, when you give yourself too much pleasure. And this also, I'm referring to food. Yes, there is no foods that are off limits. Yes, there are always, better options than, choosing that candy bar or the chocolate bar that, the Snickers. There's protein bars, there's protein donuts. There's a lot of, processed food that have protein, carbs, and fat. But my take on that is, if you want to be disciplined, if you want to, change your habits, you gotta sacrifice. You have to hold on to that, way of thinking. Because when you come in, thinking that, what, yeah, there is no foods that are off limits. But if you're trying to get away from sugar, the bad addiction that you have with food, the bad relationship that you have with food, you need to ease off on all these pleasureful foods. They're still considered pleasureful foods. You're still teasing your body. And this is my take on it. I'm not saying, you cannot have it. I'm not saying, you ain't ever gonna, get to enjoy yourself again. But at the beginning, you have to keep it simple. Simple scales, fancy fails. When you come in wanting to have your cake and eat it too, you will start convincing yourself that you could have more than what you should. You still get that sugar rush. You still get those bad thoughts on, not knowing how to control yourself. So now it's about, disciplining yourself. Portion control, yeah, it's king. But if you just go and eat cereal all day, because cereal is carbs with protein shakes and protein donuts, protein bars, all processed. At a certain point, you're gonna have to be disciplined. At a certain point, your body, it's gonna get used to it. And most people, their journey is so far down the line that they start slowing down. You gotta make better choices, healthier choices. You can't go all day long, just having protein shakes. You can't go all day long just having protein bars. There's a time and place for everything. And you got to understand that, people, they talk about, no foods are off limits and you could have this and you could have that. I keep it simple with everybody. I keep it simple. I want you to come in here and start changing your habits, the way you think, your relationship with food. So I minimize fruit. A lot of people, they come in with the idea of like, oh, I want to have fruit and that's carbs as well, but it's also sugar. You're having too much fruit. Fruit stores as liver glycogen. It has no purpose to build muscle. It's what we want for the source that comes from starchy carbohydrates like bread, potatoes, rice, etc. Fruit is a survival food. There's no need for you to eat big quantities of fruit bowls that people tend to have. And then they add more shit to it. Spices, more sugar, syrup, salt, lemon. They put all kinds of stuff, man. You guys know what I'm talking about. And the thing is that people see it as, oh, it's still healthy. It's fruit. It's clean. It still turns into sugar though. And sugar turns into fat. So it's the same scenario, when you try to switch a Snicker bar over a protein bar, which it has protein, carbs, and fat. It's always a better choice. But at a certain point, you gotta start slowing down and not always, thinking that that's what you could eat all day long just because you have a lot of sugar cravings. You can't stop yourself. You can't, you see that the cereal is calling you, the chocolate bar is calling you, and if you want to be more disciplined, you got to sacrifice yourself. You got to understand that you have to have better choices and you have to change the way you think. Because if you don't change the way you think, then the things you look at are never going to change. You're always going to, have an excuse. You're going to crack. You're going to set yourself up for failure by thinking that you could eat in that manner. And most people, they use that as bait. They use that as them marketing themselves, thinking that, that's the only way that you're going to be able to lose weight. Yes, I need you to understand that you have to make it a lifestyle. Yes, I need you to understand that it is a numbers game. It is about, calories in, calories out, protein, carbs, and fat. But don't abuse it. People are abusing it, and at a certain point, their body's not responding the way they should, and you're gonna have to eat clean at a certain point. Some people do not like vegetables. Now they're starting to have stomach issues, constipation. They don't go to a restroom as frequent. So I'm getting all this feedback from a lot of my clients, a lot of my team members, and we find solutions here. And you need fiber. Obviously not from fruit. Like I said, I minimize fruit when you're on a deficit, on a cut. When you're trying to lose weight, I minimize fruit. When you're building muscle, then we could have more. You're able to enjoy yourself more. At the beginning, you gotta get away from that way of thinking. When you're trying to lose weight, I'm talking about when you're trying to lose weight. Because when you're trying to build and gain weight, the right way, which is more muscle, more size to your physique, then you're able to incorporate, more fruits, different sources of carbohydrates. Now you could use, more cereals, fast digesting carbs. Everything has a time and place for it. But what I don't want you to be confused on thinking that, to lose weight, you could just have protein shakes all day long, sugary carbs, fruits, everything that's still sufficing your wants and your needs. You're never sacrificing because you're always trying to find another way to to feed your needs or your pleasures that you're used to having, which is a bad relationship with food, with sugar. So this video is made for a lot of people that have this misunderstanding that when you come in, that you think that you're gonna have your cake and eat it too. Like I said, there is better choices. Everything in moderation is, it's okay. And I tell a lot of my people, save that protein shake with that cereal for a nightcap. You're sacrificing all morning, so at the end of the day, you're able to enjoy that and go to sleep. Enjoy the last meal. So you won't have those sugar cravings that you so-called that you can't control, and that you don't understand why you're still having them. And we all got them. You're not the only one, but we're in control. Is what I'm saying. I have them too, and I share a lot of meals there that I, obviously earned them because I just don't go all day eating, what I want to eat. I have a structured plan. Then towards the end, as a nightcap, I give myself that treat or cheat meal that you guys, want to eat all day long. So there's a difference. There's a time and place for everything, like I said. So let's start thinking better and having a better relationship with food and creating better habits and making better choices. Get up, handle business. Let's run it.